Across continents and through millennia, a single symbol persists, carved into the oldest stones, etched into ancient texts. It is a geometric pattern so profound, so intricate, that it hints at a universal blueprint, whispered to be the very source of all existence. From the subtle rhythms of our own bodies to the vast expanse of galaxies, this single design, the flower of life, emerges as a universal code. But what if this code is not just a relic of a forgotten past, but a key to unlocking our own deepest truths in the very nature of reality itself? This enigmatic emblem, known as the flower of life, is far more than a simple drawing. It is depicted as the primal language of the universe, embodying pure shape and proportion. According to ancient teachings, this single image contains within its proportions every mathematical formula, every law of physics, every harmony in music, and every biological life form, down to your specific body. It is described as the living map of the creation of all reality. Its name reflects the miraculous cycle of a fruit tree, from flower to fruit, holding the seed, which then grows into a new tree, a five-step process that perfectly parallels the geometries of life. If you're fascinated by the mysteries time has tried to bury and seek to journey through the cracks in history, consider joining our growing community. Subscribe to the channel to uncover more hidden truths and suppressed narratives. The widespread presence of the flower of life across continents and millennia is startling. It has been documented in Egypt, Ireland, Turkey, England, Israel, China, Tibet, Greece, and Japan. More recently, findings in Sweden, Lapland, Iceland, and the Yucatan further underscore its global reach, totaling over 18 known locations. Yet perhaps its most significant appearances are found deep within the sands of Egypt, a place pivotal to restoring human consciousness. In Abydos, a site considered profoundly sacred, the flower of life is clearly carved onto a wall within a temple almost 6,000 years old, one of the Earth's most ancient. This specific inscription is located in the Second Osirian Temple, a structure distinguished by its unique construction and older elevation, suggesting its profound antiquity. On the very same immense stone, weighing between 70 to 100 tons, a complementary pattern, the seed of life, can be observed, revealing the interconnectedness of these designs. This raises fundamental questions about how ancient peoples, whom conventional history often labels as hairy barbarians, could move such colossal stones and possess such intricate knowledge. Another striking discovery concerns an unmarked pyramid in Egypt, a site regarded as most important. Inside, devoid of typical hieroglyphs or designs, there is only one inscription on a high wall: the flower of life. This solitary symbol, placed in such a pivotal location, suggests it encapsulates all knowledge, making it a profound statement of creation and purpose. Furthermore, ancient Egyptian tombs reveal curious patterns on their ceilings, known as wheels, found in sets of 4 or 8. While mainstream archaeologists remain puzzled by their meaning, these wheels are interpreted as concrete evidence that the Egyptians possessed a deep secret understanding of the flower of life's advanced implications. The Sphinx itself, a monument shrouded in mystery, is linked to this ancient knowledge. Geological analysis by Robert Schoch and others suggests its weathering patterns indicate it is thousands of years older than conventionally believed, dating back to a period when torrents of rain fell in the desert, pushing its age to at least 8,000 to 15,000 years old, if not more. This conflicts with the traditional interpretation of Egyptian history, which asserts that creation began only about 6,000 years ago, leading to a deliberate suppression of evidence by some scholars. According to Thoth, an ascended master from Atlantis and Egypt, who provided much of the information in these teachings, the Sphinx dates back at least 5.5 million years, guarding an underground room containing the oldest synthetic object on Earth, a colossal, thought-propelled warship designed to protect the planet. The Sphinx is also said to conceal the opening to the Hall of Records, an alleged underground chamber with physical proof of superior ancient civilizations. Intriguingly, the Great Pyramid, with its missing capstone, is described as a landing platform for this very airship, indicating a sophisticated, interconnected design. The location of sacred sites globally, from Machu Picchu to Stonehenge, is no accident. They were created by a single consciousness that coordinated the entire enterprise, with the Egyptian site potentially being the central point from which all others were calculated. This all points to a great, forgotten fountainhead of civilization that existed long before recorded history, possessing advanced knowledge and technological feats that we can barely reproduce today. To truly grasp the flower of life is to delve into the very fabric of creation itself. From its central design, we can extract the seed of life, composed of 7 interconnected circles. From this, or directly from the flower of life, another familiar pattern emerges: the tree of life. While often associated with Jewish or Hebrew traditions, the tree of life predates these cultures, appearing in Egypt on pillars some 5,000 years ago, indicating its universal nature. When superimposed, the seed of life and the tree of life fit together with astonishing perfection, suggesting a fundamental key to understanding life's processes. Every line in the tree of life, whether it has 10 or 12 components, aligns perfectly with the length or width of a vesica piscis from the flower of life, all imbued with golden mean proportions. The vesica piscis itself is foundational, described as the basis of light and representing the primordial scission or contraction from unity into duality, yet containing the plan for return. The initial motions of creation begin in the great void, where spirit, through 6 sensing rays emanating from the pineal gland, defines the fundamental directions of space, initiating the creative process. The first motion of spirit creates a sphere, and subsequent motions, always projecting new spheres from newly created points, lead to the formation of fundamental geometries. The first day, or motion, produces the vesica piscis, the very basis of light. The second motion yields the star tetrahedron, a crucial shape for life, formed by the interpenetrating relationship between 3 spheres. This dynamic process of continuous movement generates a vortex, which in turn creates different types of 3-dimensional forms, the building blocks or blueprints of all reality. As we delve deeper, we find the torus, the first tangible shape derived from the Genesis pattern. This fundamental form, resembling a donut with an infinitely small central hole, governs countless aspects of existence, from the human heart's musculature to the energetic fields around all atoms, planets, stars, and galaxies. It is the primary shape in existence. The complete unfolding of the flower of life culminates in the fruit of life, a pattern of 13 interconnected circles. This arrangement is revered as one of the holiest and most sacred forms, representing the fruit from which the intricate details of reality are woven. When the feminine aspect of these circles is combined with masculine energy, represented by straight lines in all 13 possible ways, it reveals Metatron's cube. This powerful geometric figure is the direct source of the 5 Platonic solids: the tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. These shapes are not just abstract forms, they are the elemental building blocks of the universe, each corresponding to an element: fire, earth, air, water, and ether. For instance, the dodecahedron, linked to ether or prana, is considered the highest form of consciousness and is believed to define the very structure of the universe at its outer edge. Remarkably, all crystal structures on Earth, regardless of their complexity, are derived from these Platonic solids, showcasing their fundamental role in the physical world. The profound interconnectedness of these geometries extends to the very blueprint of life itself. The DNA molecule is intricately constructed by the dual relationship of dodecahedrons and icosahedrons, and can even be seen as a rotating cube, illustrating the sacred geometry embedded within our genetic code. This suggests a universal language encoded within our biological makeup, a truth hinted at by Thoth, who stated that different levels of consciousness correspond to different numbers of chromosomes, which are themselves geometric images. The ubiquitous phi ratio, or golden mean, and its close cousin, the Fibonacci spiral, are not merely mathematical curiosities, but fundamental principles of growth and proportion found throughout nature. They are evident in the human body's proportions, in ancient Greek and Egyptian art and architecture, and permeate all known organic structures, from pine cones and sunflowers to seashells, and even the coiling of a human hand. The ancient Egyptians particularly incorporated these proportions into their temples with incredible precision, demonstrating a profound understanding of their inherent harmony. Even the winding arms of our galaxy echo this spiral form, suggesting a universal principle of movement and evolution. The contrast between the theoretically perfect golden mean spiral and the naturally occurring Fibonacci spiral was a key understanding for ancient Egyptians, who displayed both at the Great Pyramid, recognizing their convergence at larger scales. This concept of mnemonic growth, where forms expand while retaining their original shape, is deeply embedded in ancient wisdom. Hindu temples, for instance, were designed with this principle, symbolizing the relentless expansion of the cosmic fire from an initial seed altar. This ancient mathematical knowledge models how an indefinable cause expresses itself through definable numbers and forms, with the spiral serving as a profound image for the movement of time and evolution. The Egyptians even depicted this principle on the throne of Osiris, associating the constant nature of the square with the king's eternal power. The creation story, as understood by the ancient Egyptians and practiced in their mystery schools, describes spirit in the great void. From the pineal gland, 6 sensing rays project outwards: front, back, left, right, up and down, defining the XYZ axis of geometry and enabling creation to commence. The process involves spirit moving to newly created points, projecting new spheres. The first day or motion produces the vesica Pisces, the very basis of light. The second motion yields the star tetrahedron, a crucial shape for life, formed by the interpenetrating relationship between 3 spheres. This continuous sequential movement generates a vortex, which in turn creates different types of 3-dimensional forms, the building blocks or blueprints of all reality. This intricate process underscores that life began simply and unfolded into the complex world we inhabit, all guided by these universal geometric principles. Ultimately, understanding these sacred geometries is not merely an academic pursuit. It is fundamental for transcending duality and realizing the inherent unity of all creation. The profound objective of this knowledge is to assist in reactivating the Merkaba, the sacred human light body. The Merkaba consists of geometric energy fields around our bodies that, when activated, spin at near light speed, enabling expanded awareness, connection to higher levels of consciousness, and the restoration of our deepest memories. This is the very wheels within wheels described by Ezekiel in the Bible. The meditation to activate this light body was directly channeled from angels to the author, emphasizing that it is the experiential practice rather than mere intellectual understanding that holds the key to this transformation. For thousands of years, this profound spiritual information was rigorously kept secret, safeguarded by priests and priestesses who understood its immense power. It was only in the mid-1960s that this veil of secrecy began to lift, allowing ancient archives to open and previously hidden knowledge to become accessible to the wider public. The timing of this revelation is critical. The author believes this information, including the flower of life, is being released now because humanity is finally ready to understand higher consciousness and embrace its true value. This ancient knowledge, though it may seem entirely new, is deeply embedded within our collective unconscious and individual DNA, waiting to be triggered so we can remember who we are, why we came here, and our unique purpose on Earth. This journey through sacred geometry is a pathway home through the stars, designed to dispel the myth of separation and bring us into the very presence of God. The reemergence of this knowledge coincides with new scientific breakthroughs like nanotechnology and zero-point energy. While governments have historically suppressed zero-point technology due to fears of losing control over energy, the underlying geometry of this free energy is intimately connected to the human body and the universal blueprint. The integration of these ancient wisdoms with modern scientific discoveries suggests a grand design for humanity's evolution, where conscious understanding leads to transformative capabilities. This is not a mere theory. It is a profound truth that challenges the conventional narrative of human history and our origins. The flower of life is, therefore, far more than an ancient curiosity or a simple pattern. It is a universal code, a living map of creation that reveals our intimate connection to the source of all life. By understanding its principles, we not only gain unprecedented insight into the cosmos, but also unlock the deepest truths about ourselves and our forgotten past. The secrets were always there, encoded within the stones, within the myths, and within our very being, waiting for us to remember. The question remains, are we as a species finally ready to truly awaken?